Good afternoon, my people, my people. So let's just get to the point. So, I posted the article entitled Ways That Black Women Destroy Their Sons. And a lot of women want to get upset about that. But how can you? How can you read that article and not find any type of understanding about it? If you read that, I read that article. And I consider myself to be an excellent mother, and my sons will tell you the same. However, when I read that article, I felt convicted on some of the things that were said in there. And I looked at it and I analyzed it for exactly what it was, the truth. You understand what I'm saying? It's like black women just can't find reasoning in so many things. You can't find any type of understanding. Before you sat and read it and really sat there and thought about it, you objected to it because you felt some kind of way about it. I mean, if you are the ones raising sons and the father is gone and he ain't this and he ain't that, then why we got so many problems with our boys? We have problems with our boys because we have problems with these mothers. But you don't want to admit it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to acknowledge it. You don't want to read an article that can help us get better at doing what we do. Instead, you want to read it and be upset about it. And I know some of you men are reading it and you feel like the article is telling you that you're not a man because your mother raised you. That's not what it's saying. What it's saying is that you're at a disadvantage for sure if your mother raised you. I ain't never met a man who told me that his mother raised him and she raised him to be a man. I've met men that said that their mother raised him and he knows how to clean a house. I met a man that told me his mother raised him and he know how to cook. I know a man who said that his mother or grandmother or someone raised him and he knows how to treat women. But I've never met a man, me just personally, who said, you know what? I'm a man because my mother raised me to be a man. She can try. Because all she knows is what she knows. She knows what somebody showed her. She knows what someone told her. And she knows what someone experienced. How she experienced other men. She doesn't. And there's different types of men. So the only way that you can learn how to be a man is someone who understands you from the inside out. It's not an exterior thing. You understand what I'm saying? Being a man is something that's internalized. That's why you feel different. That's why men and women argue so much, because we think different. We feel different. Everything is organic. I don't care what you look like on the outside or how you change it. It's what's on the inside. So organically, you are a man, and there's just certain things that a woman can't do. And I don't understand why a black woman would read this article and not find some kind of understanding or be able to relate to it. I know plenty of y'all that's garbage mothers. Garbage. I know a chick, her son called her while she was out, and he's like, Mom, I'm hungry. And she's like, Mother effer, will go in there and find you something to eat. Hell, I'm out. She did a lot more cussing, but I'm just saying. Imagine that being your mom. And some of you don't have to imagine because you had that experience growing up as a child. And I just, just for the life of me, I just can't understand why black women can't never look at themselves objectively enough to see that they are contributing to the problem that we have in society and with our sons. No one's saying that you're not a good mom. Some of you are. Some of you is trash. But what I'm saying is that even if you are a good mother, you wouldn't want to improve on that. You wouldn't want to read an article that could assist you and help you in doing even better as a mother. Because if you don't, then to me, that tells me exactly what type of woman you are. And that tells me what type of child you're raising. I knew a woman, her son was a convicted child molester. And she coddled him and catered to him so much that she got a babysitting job and would have him babysit the kids that she would watch sometime after she knew that he was convicted and spent time in jail for molesting children because he was her son. And she trusted that he was infallible, but he still had them tendencies and almost went to jail a second time for the same thing. And that's what I'm saying. Like you have to have some type of accountability. These things are happening. Your sons are touching your daughters. They're running around in these streets with guns. They're breaking into people's houses, pants sagging down. They're in school. They're being unruly and disrespecting their teachers. And what you do, you go down to the school and you check the teacher, even though your son is an unruly, probably one of them kids I want to snatch up by their collar when I was sitting in that classroom that some of y'all ain't never even been in. You understand what I'm saying? So stop pointing fingers at the daddy because some of you women ain't right. You ain't right. And you don't even want to pause for just like one moment to consider what you could do better as a woman, because you think that somehow motherhood is synonymous with good, and it's not. It's not. Motherhood is work. And some of you not good at your job. So all I'm saying is take into consideration that you just might be that mother that needs that extra little assistance. And the fact that you're ignoring it is going to create one of the men that you talk about that you can't stand meeting when he out in the streets. Because I know I done dated plenty of men whose mothers wasn't in their lives in the proper way. Either they weren't around at all, they were on drugs, or some kind of issue they had with their mother. And guess what? They brought them issues right on over to me. And I had to coddle them and baby them and work through them and finally get rid of them because they had the wrong kind of mama. Don't be that kind of mother. I'm trying to raise my sons better. And I incorporate men in their lives to do what I cannot because I'm a woman.